Going over to the Cultural Part podcast, you have Matt Walsh roasting the upcoming trailer for Disney's movie called Moana. Now, Disney apparently said, Moana arriving only in theaters July 10th, 2026. Watch the teaser below. Which, that's about 59 seconds, but I'm sure it'll feel like an eternity. This is Disney's Moana, apparently.
I am a girl who loves my island, and the girl who loves the sea. It calls me.
So yes, there's a lot of special effects and AI and fancy graphic cards were used to make this trailer. I mean, what is it about? A girl likes an island. A bird comes to the island. There's a whale hitting a wind drum, dancing with the cliche Hawaiian leaf neck thingamajig of the necklace. The bug turns into a guy, apparently. There's ghost-looking ships. Is this Avatar 2.0? No. Looks like a stone figurine comes to view as leaves move. There's a ship. Looks like discount Ewoks from Star Wars are on the ship. They slide down a rope, and the guy who was a bug jumps in the... now he becomes a bird. And then he flies, and she yells? Why would you see this movie? Where's the conflict? Where's the intrigue? A girl likes an island, so what? But it is Disney, so idiots will pay a lot of money no matter what. Now, Matt Walsh responded, saying, quote, everyone says that the movie industry is collapsing because they keep churning out low-effort slop. But this is a shot-for-a-shot remake of a movie that came out 12 seconds ago, and it will make $100 trillion at the box office. Sad reality is that low-effort slop is the only thing anyone is willing to see. And Matt Walsh got about 500,000 views and 3.5 thousand likes, which, I don't think so. I think a lot of people liked Oppenheimer that made $1 billion. Though, that being said, so did Barbie. But, again, there are some things where people are willing to pay a premium. But then again, people paid over $1 billion to see the Fast and Furious 9 or 10 film. Maybe that's right here. I mean, maybe it's rose tinted glasses, but in terms of, telling a story, well, no, there's a lot of, high mental equilibrium, really itches your brain to watch like a Marvel film. Obviously not. As Quentin Tarantino famously said, it's a roller coaster of a movie. Not much thought or plot, really. But, maybe, is it nostalgia? Or have movies gotten dumber and lamer? They certainly seem to be relying more on special effects the past couple of years. And it seems like they try to substitute out quality for just having things be, special FX. But again, there are some movies where no matter what, people will see it. Like the Fast and Furious, what are they on, 50 movies? Which, nothing makes you feel old than thinking and realizing that the first Fast and Furious film was about street racing and stealing TV VCR combos, where the TV was a tube TV, and inside that awesomeness of engineering was a VCR slot and a VCR player for you to play your entertainment. That was the high value items they were stealing from the semi trucks in the original Fast and Furious film. Which, yes, that was a very long time ago, back when they had a plot and they were based in reality. And now they're superheroes, got superhero strength, they're jumping cars from building to buildings. They're basically discount Marvel. Obviously, it's Universal, but yeah, maybe May has a point here. Seems like movies just seem to be decreasing quality, but people pay it. There's some franchises with people, Star Wars being the biggest offender. Doesn't matter how much Kathleen Kennedy butchers that brand and that story, people still paid billions of dollars to see that crap. Now, one of the first comments comes to us thanks to Matt Walsh, who continues saying, quote, It's also not really a live action. It's mostly animated shot-for-shot remake of an animated film. Perhaps the least inspired, most low-effort thing Hollywood has ever done, and it will break box office records, getting 1.2 thousand likes. Which, it's got the word Disney on it. People will probably continue to buy it no matter what. One of the first comments that isn't Matt Walsh comes to us thanks to Joey FAFO. This picture of a guy says, at least Tarzan will always be white because Disney won't have the balls to make a black man on screen acting like a monkey, getting 144 likes. Danny Hall also says there's animation, there's great animation, but there's the bit in Disney's Robin Hood where the snake crosses his arms, getting 264 likes, which, wow, as a core memory unlocked, that's kind of funny. I mean, again, it's not supposed to, in terms of realistic. Yeah, they definitely took some liberties. MSB, it's the meme of the trombone where you have the student holding trombone, putting it on someone's head. The trombone is labeled putting AI into every effing thing imaginable. The person holding the trombone is big companies. The person getting hit and blasted is people who never asked. That got 60 likes. Justin McDaniel says Disney was fine with white erasure, but they do not dare or touch a race that is race or ethnicity of non-white. Getting 37 likes. Anton Chancellor says, what about your next movie? And it's an AI generated picture or a meme of Matt Walsh that says, am I Jewish? 0 likes. We also have The Tree Godfather said Hollywood is anti-white. It says Hollywood's recipe for anti-whiteism. The white guy is always the bad guy or the villain. The black guy is a hero genius. The gay guy is the voice of reason. The woman has the balls. Dad is a drunken idiot. Mother is a breadwinner boss. Children are sexualized. No intact white nuclear family, which, yeah, that's also cartoons. Like most famously The Simpsons and Family Guy. They always had the father, married with children. They always had the father being a moron, usually overweight, low IQ, and usually an asshole. I don't think that's the number one reason why people are not getting married in 2025. But I think one of the contributing variables is just the cultural decay and lack of respect for the nuclear family. And again, you also have, the cliche happy wife, happy life, or the wife gets everything, the husband gets nothing, perpetuated with Hollywood. So I can think there's some substance to his meme there. Founding says, quote, the AI music industry apocalypse is already happening too. Human musicians have been replaced, and we went out with a whisper, not a bang, getting 61 likes. Egg. Profile picture is pretty appropriate, is in fact of a egg. He says, quote, good boy, now talk more about the culture war. Is Nick Fuentes yelling, getting 17 likes. No Dice says, focus on Catholic theology rather than slop movies then, getting 11 likes. Cobb says Disney adults will be the bulk of it, which is pathetic, getting 2 likes, which, yeah, Disney adults are something else. Umat Taran says, quote, the market is always right, no matter how low of quality. The entertainment industry isn't collapsing, it's optimizing for maximum conversion with the lowest common denominator. It's a mirror of society's willingness to accept slop when the cost mental effort. Don't blame the producers for meeting demand. Blame the demand for being cheap. Where are you still accepting low effort slop in your own business or investment portfolio? In 13 likes. Going down more and more. C.F. Dalton says, quote, my hypothesis is that the ever-shrinking generations of young people, there's no audience to watch the new stuff. All Hollywood can do is churn out reboots or sequels to pander to older audiences who have forgotten that they initially loved wasn't that great to begin with. Getting 3 likes. Yep. I mean, you have declining birth rates in the United States more and more. So yeah, there's less kids to actually market to. Let's see. Fear Speech says, who runs Hollywood? Getting 4 likes. The Himajimi says, quote, go watch a classic from the 1990s and even 2000s. The writing, the acting, the production are so clearly and carefully coordinated that every cutscene and part is particularly carefully pieced together to create a great movie. Take a horror film like Sling Blade with its cinematography, lighting, and lines. They're all brought together to create a masterpiece. Today, we get junk and or remakes, and it will never inspiring, always trashy. Disney has now spent 15 years producing live-action remakes, which in many cases remaking scenes much worse than the original. As a cinephile, it really does disgust me. Gain 21, make it 22 likes. But again, people keep buying that crap. I do think the Fast and Furious franchise is one of the poster childs of it. It was like every movie gets dumber and dumber in terms of it's less realistic, it's less about street fighting, it's more superhero crap that's unreal. It just gets worse and worse, and yet it keeps printing money. So of course Universal Studios is just going to keep going down that road and make over $1 billion a film. You also have Bay Harbor Groiper saying, quote, "You're tweeting about children's movies while the right wing is completely divided. You've only cared about America First this much, getting 20 likes," which, I mean, Matt covers a lot of that too as well in terms of other cultural topics. It's not just movies. Let's see. Anthony Velasquez says, quote, "There's no good movies anymore. Hollywood sucks ass. Disney is woke shit. Everywhere they have some gays or lesbian kids or in kids shows. It's all slop, and people make so much money for a slop," getting 2 likes. Ron 2K says, "This only works until it doesn't. You know what, Matt? It's just like the superhero genre. It worked until it didn't. Eventually, the public outgrows it. They get tired of it. They've already seen it. The live action slop will be the same," getting 3 likes, which, maybe. I mean, again, I think one of the reasons Marvel, when they used to print money, one of the reasons they become less and less popular is because they did decrease the quality of the stories. They tried to insert things that didn't belong, like, what was it, the female Captain America or Captain Planet, whatever they call her name. And they made some big errors and caused them to lose a lot of money on a lot of those films. But again, it used to be, putting a good actor, putting a good actress, good plot, they make billions of dollars. You also have Dr. Jenkins says, quote, "That's because remakes are the only shows that people will trust not to be completely awful at this point. The reason Mona will make money is because it's based off a show with stellar writing and execution, something Hollywood has proven they can't do anymore," getting 5 likes. I also think it's a contributing factor in terms of people being comfortable with what they know already. And remakes, which I'm not really a fan of most of them, there's a lot of that familiarity. So I'll be more willing to, I was about to say invest. Going to see movies is not investment. You debate, you're investing your time, but yeah, it's a sunk cost. I've yet to go to a movie and come out more, nevertheless, it's entertainment. But yeah, it's one of those things where, most of these movies nowadays, I mean, geez Louise, it's like $20-$30 just for a freaking ticket. I can't imagine paying for a movie and spending hours to see it. But yeah, let me know, do you think the movie quality has decreased past couple of years, or is it kind of a little bit of nostalgia? It's always been this bad? Let me know your thoughts, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, trying to get 6,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so click that button. Greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, and comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how to make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone, everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.